Just keep going, just keep going up, just keep going, just keep going up. You can't turn back, you come too far, you can't give up, you work too hard. Just keep going, just keep going up, just keep going, just keep going up. You can't turn back, you come too far, you can't give up, you work too hard. Just keep going.
Welcome back to Dissertation in 90 Days, the podcast dedicated to helping you conquer the challenges of doctoral research and beyond. I'm Dr. J, your host and spokesperson for Grad Mentor Network. Today we're diving into a cornerstone of your dissertation journey, the literature review. An effective literature review is crucial for building a strong foundation for your dissertation, providing context for your research, and demonstrating your understanding of the existing body of knowledge in your field. In this episode, we'll explore the key components of a literature review, discuss strategies for conducting a comprehensive search, and provide tips for organizing and writing your review. Whether you're just starting your literature review or looking to refine and strengthen it, this episode is packed with valuable insights. So grab your favorite beverage, find a comfortable spot, and let's dive into the world of literature reviews together. A literature review serves several important functions in your dissertation. It situates your research within the existing body of knowledge, identifies gaps in the literature, and provides a rationale for your study. Essentially, it tells the story of what has been done before, what is currently known, and what remains to be explored. The first step in conducting an effective literature review is to clearly define your research question and objectives. Your literature review should be guided by your research question, helping you to identify relevant studies and synthesize their findings. A well-defined research question will also help you stay focused and avoid being overwhelmed by the vast amount of literature available. Once you have a clear research question, the next step is to conduct a comprehensive literature search. Start by identifying key terms and phrases related to your research topic. Use these keywords to search academic databases such as PubMed, JSTOR, Google Scholar, and your university library's resources. Be sure to use a combination of broad and specific terms to capture a wide range of relevant studies. As you gather sources, it's important to stay organized. Create a system for tracking your references, such as a spreadsheet or reference management software like EndNote, Zotero, or Mendeley. Note the title, author, publication date, and key findings of each study, as well as any relevant quotes or concepts. This will make it easier to organize your review and cite your sources accurately. Once you have collected a substantial number of sources, it's time to start reading and analyzing the literature. Begin by skimming through the abstracts to get an overview of each study. Focus on identifying the research questions, methodologies, findings, and conclusions. As you read, take detailed notes and highlight key points that are relevant to your research question. One effective strategy for analyzing the literature is to use thematic analysis. This involves identifying common themes or patterns across the studies you have reviewed. Group studies that address similar topics or use similar methodologies together. This will help you see connections between the studies and identify gaps in the literature. As you analyze the literature, pay attention to the strengths and weaknesses of each study. Consider the sample size, methodology, data analysis techniques, and potential biases. This critical evaluation will help you assess the credibility and reliability of the findings and provide a basis for your own research design. Organizing your literature review can be challenging, but a clear and logical structure is essential for effectively communicating your findings. Start by outlining the main sections of your review. A typical structure might include an introduction, thematic sections, and a conclusion. The introduction should provide an overview of your research topic, explain the purpose of the literature review, and outline the structure of your review. Briefly introduce the key themes or areas of focus, and explain how they relate to your research question. The thematic sections should be organized around the main themes or topics you have identified in the literature. Within each section, discuss the studies that address that theme, highlighting key findings, methodologies, and gaps. Be sure to synthesize the findings rather than simply summarizing each study. Show how the studies relate to each other and to your research question. In the conclusion, summarize the main findings of your literature review and highlight the gaps or areas that need further research. Explain how your study will address these gaps and contribute to the existing body of knowledge. Let's now discuss some practical tips for writing your literature review. Start by writing a rough draft based on your outline and notes. Don't worry about perfection at this stage. Focus on getting your ideas down on paper. Once you have a draft, revise and refine it, paying attention to clarity, coherence, and flow. Use clear and concise language, and avoid jargon or overly complex sentences. Aim for a logical progression of ideas with smooth transitions between sections. Make sure to cite your sources accurately and consistently, following the citation style required by your discipline. As you write, keep your audience in mind. Your literature review should be accessible to readers who may not be familiar with all the details of your research topic. Provide sufficient background information and context to help them understand the significance of your review. Let's now explore the importance of synthesis in a literature review. Synthesis involves integrating the findings from different studies to provide a comprehensive understanding of the topic. It goes beyond summarizing individual studies and shows how they collectively contribute to the field. One effective way to synthesize the literature is to create a synthesis matrix. This is a table that organizes your sources by theme or research question. For each study, note the key findings, methodologies, and implications. This visual representation can help you see connections between studies and identify patterns and gaps. As you synthesize the literature, be critical and analytical. Evaluate the quality of the studies, consider their limitations, and discuss any conflicting findings. Highlight the contributions of the most significant studies and explain how they have advanced the field. Use your synthesis to build a compelling case for your research and demonstrate the need for your study. In addition to synthesis, it's important to be transparent and honest in your literature review. Acknowledge the limitations of the existing research and any potential biases. Discuss the challenges and uncertainties in the field and explain how your research will address these issues. Let's also discuss the role of theoretical frameworks in a literature review. A theoretical framework provides a lens through which you view and interpret the literature. It helps to ground your research in existing theories and concepts and provides a basis for your research design and analysis. Identify the key theories and concepts that are relevant to your discuss how they have been used in previous studies and how they will inform your research. Explain how your study will build on or challenge existing theories and contribute to the theoretical development of your field. Theoretical frameworks can also help you identify gaps in the literature. Consider how different theories have been applied to your research topic and whether there are any areas that have been overlooked. Use this analysis to justify the need for your study and explain how it will advance the field. Let's now explore the importance of critical thinking in a literature review. Critical thinking involves questioning assumptions, evaluating evidence, and considering different perspectives. It's essential for conducting a rigorous and thorough literature review. As you review the literature, be critical of the methodologies, data analysis techniques, and conclusions of each study. Consider the validity and reliability of the findings and whether they are supported by the evidence. Discuss any potential biases or limitations and how they might affect the results. Consider different perspectives and interpretations of the literature. Acknowledge any conflicting findings and discuss possible explanations. Be open to different viewpoints and consider how they might inform your research. Let's now discuss the importance of keeping your literature review up to date. The field of research is constantly evolving, and new studies are published regularly. It's important to stay current with the latest developments and incorporate new findings into your review. Set up alerts for your key search terms in academic databases and journals. Regularly check for new publications and update your literature review accordingly. This will ensure that your review is comprehensive and reflects the most current state of knowledge. Finally, let's talk about the importance of feedback in the literature review process. Seek feedback from your advisors, mentors, and peers. They can provide valuable insights and help you identify any gaps or weaknesses in your review. Be open to constructive criticism and use it to improve the quality of your work. In summary, an effective literature review is a critical component of your dissertation, providing a strong foundation for your research. By clearly defining your research question, conducting a comprehensive search, and synthesizing the literature, you can build a compelling case for your study. Be critical and analytical, and use theoretical frameworks to ground your research in existing theories and concepts. Stay current with the latest developments and seek feedback to continuously improve your review. Thank you for joining us on this episode of Dissertation in 90 Days. I hope you found these insights and strategies helpful in conducting an effective literature review. Don't forget to subscribe to our podcast for more tips and strategies to help you succeed in your doctoral journey. If you found this episode valuable, please leave us a review and share it with your peers. Join our Grad Mentor Network community for additional resources and support. Before we wrap up, remember that a literature review is more than just a summary of existing studies. It's an opportunity to demonstrate your understanding of the field and build a strong foundation for your research. Stay curious, stay critical, and continue to push the boundaries of knowledge. Until next time, keep striving for excellence and embracing the journey. I'm Dr. J, signing off. Goodbye